the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, I'll let your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown, if you're looking for me on social media.
Absolutely, I am Spike Lou on those same social sites. Holla at your boy out here. What's goody?
Man, slow motion. I went to my first show over the weekend since the pandemic, but I'm going to go into details about it later on in the show because it was very interesting. A little bit later.
What show was it?
Benny the Butcher.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Did you have to provide proof of vaccination?
I did, as a matter of fact. Shout out to
Really?
What's that shit? Tabernacle. We went to Tabernacle. You had to show proof of vaccination or proof of a negative COVID test 48 hours or newer. And I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I had neither. Oh, and wow. Outside the venue in the parking lot right next door, they had like a booth set up to where you could get a test and they give you 2-minute results for the low price of $20. I'm like, all right, cool. Here you go. It's got me smooth for the dub. That's fine. It was a line like a motherfucker. Dude, they read the COVID results out loud in front of everybody.
No way.
So they'll be like, wherever your name was at, they'll be like, number 13. You're negative. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, like, what if somebody was positive, dude?
I was about to say, was anybody, they didn't make no positive calls?
Nah, they didn't make no positive calls, though.
Nigga, if somebody had been positive, everybody down there compromised. That would have been nuts. That's what straight up panic and everything.
Nigga, like, what if he's on a date, like with a little new doing it, and you positive, dude?
She has COVID, you don't. You guys can take with that information however you want to moving forward. That's hilarious.
So that shit was crazy, but yeah, that's welcome to concerts in 2021.
Nuts. That is nuts, man. So you'll tell us about if it was a good show or not later.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that a little bit later in my own deck of the week. But action-packed show. Speaking of Benny and hoodie music, it's that time of the year. It's sweater weather. It's fall season. So we're going to go over our top 5 songs for fall. Also, Boosie feels slighted about his new movie premiere, and Travis Scott is rumored to be dropping not 1 but 2 projects before the end of the year. But first, we have an update on Pooh Shiesty. That's your man. If you didn't know, he is currently locked up awaiting trial. He has decided to withdraw his request to delay trial in his federal armed robbery case. Trial is set for October 25th. He is now facing life. What do you think of this update?
Yeah, man, this was strange for it to come out and say he was facing life. If you're not familiar with the case, he was in Miami, I assume preparing for a show or Rolling Loud or something of that nature. He went to go cop some lean with his homeboy, and the niggas that he copped and lean from, I assume it was some shiesty stuff going on, and they shot the dude in the ass.
Yep.
Long story short, police called him from a serial number that was on his Instagram from one of the money phones. Word to the wise there. But the strangest part of this for me was shooting somebody in the ass. It doesn't normally get you a life sentence. That sounds like manslaughter. That sounds like the very crazy second-degree murder, but not life. So it was interesting to see why they came with that approach to try and give him life. I looked up the state attorney from Miami to kind of see what she had going on, to see was this a political play or just what the whole reasoning was for me to read a headline and say that Pooh Shiesty is being here with life. I don't know if it's a rap thing because he's a rapper, but it was definitely strange once you read deeper into the charges for me, like that the life sentence was there.
Yeah, Pooh Shiesty, a.k.a. Lontrell Williams. He's only 21 years old, number one. He pleaded not guilty to a 4-count federal indictment carrying, again, a maximum sentence of life, which, again, you're right, is very strange. But they're saying robbery and the shooting, but then there's also some things that date back to 2019 that they're trying to pin on him, some drug trafficking conspiracy charges too. So it's a bunch of shit that's kind of compounding it. Because I thought it was weird too. Okay, so they robbed a nigga for some sneakers and some lean. I was like, okay. And then they shot, and then somebody apparently shot at him. Life seemed like a stretch. I was like, it's doing a lot, but there's some other stuff tied to it, man. It's interesting because he was on fire at the top of the year. Had the hit record with Dirk, Back in Blood. They had Back in Blood on AM, FM radio. Like, that's how popping that song was, dude. And he was, of course, under Gucci's 1017. And so Gucci trying to rebuild his label. So it's just interesting, man, like grand opening, grand closing. Well, I'm not going to say grand closing because the trial is still ahead of us. Who knows what could happen? They can fuck around and walk out the next day for all we know. But it's very interesting how fast his rise happened. And then how quiet or how loud the crash has been coming down. It's crazy.
Yeah, Pooh Shiesty was definitely bubbling, and he's dealing with somebody in Gucci who knows how to deal with these situations. Like, unfortunately, Gucci has been through this several times before. Pooh Shiesty does have 2 co-defendants. Like you said, it was a lien robbery. And that also, once you read more into it, may be the reason for the life sentence. The trial is 2 weeks from now. Maybe they see that the DA is thinking, and like, well, I'm telling. Like one of them other 2 niggas telling on Pooh Shiesty, or Pooh Shiesty telling on one of those other 2 niggas.
Jesus.
But when you throw life out there, that's usually what they trying to get you to do, to tell on somebody. So that was part of the
niggas ain't willingly doing life.
No, niggas, especially if you're a 21-year-old rapper that's, like you said, as hot as you've ever been. So that's, again, like you said, that was strange reading in the beginning. Looking more into it, I see, okay, he got 2 co-defendants. It was niggas with him. So that's the reason that life thing is out there. On another note, like, if I'm Pooh Shiesty, I got a song on the radio and we doing our thing. Like, I'm not going with nobody to buy no lean, bro. Like, they say also that the nigga they rented the car from this nigga. It's the same nigga that they rented their luxury Lamborghini from for the weekend. It's the same nigga that got shot in his ass. And if I'm Pooh Shiesty, transactions like where you niggas got to go get more drugs, cars got to get renewed. Like, bro, I'm in the hotel. Like, I'm practicing. Like, bro, there is no reason for me to be pulling up with a nigga. And the reason is not because you soft, because of what we seen. These niggas might be super on Shiesty. So they're like, man, if we take this shit from Pooh Shiesty, what he gonna do?
Yeah,
shoot us, you too famous, my nigga. We just gonna take your shit. And you're going to have to live your raps. So to avoid yourself being in that situation, my nigga, why are you even there? You don't go on the lean recop for the party trip, my nigga. That's not what you do. You rap. You don't pull up to, hey, I got to pay this nigga for the car so we can get it for 3 more days. Niggas on the team is supposed to be handling that. Pooh Shiesty not even supposed to be in this situation where I got to shoot a nigga in the ass if he did, allegedly.
Agreed. And listen, we've all watched videos on Pooh Shiesty's come up and what allegedly has happened in his hood and the people that he surrounded himself with. I don't see any one of them being that aware to put him in a position to where he's good, where he's in the lobby at the W while everybody else handles the dirt. He look like he's riding along for the dirt. I'm gonna be real.
But the point of, you make up a great point. We know where we come from and how far we've made it. I know how crazy you are based off all these videos that we've seen on YouTube. All the more reason for this nigga to be in the lobby. We didn't have shit to lose when those videos were being made. That shit that you referencing on YouTube, the hood geek and stuff, like, it wasn't a lot to lose when you see them niggas on YouTube with the choppers and making this. Man, I got the #1 song in the country, bro. Yes, I'm playing the lobby now. Like, that's it. That's just what it is. And niggas try to, like, especially a newer generation, they try to juggle 2 things in the game, and it's not gonna work, bro. It never worked. It's not gonna work now.
1 foot in, 1 foot out, man. You gotta make a decision.
Do it. You gotta make a decision, bro. Up next, man. Here recently from the Drive the Boat back and forth between Meg and Kodak Black. Kodak Black's manager came out and said, well, Meg the Stallion has no talent, and wait for it, she uses ghostwriters. Says she shouldn't even be this popular. My question to you, Animal Brown, is it even still a big deal now in 2021 when the ghostwriter allegations come out, especially for someone like Meg?
It isn't for her, although this is not the first accusation. This came out about 2 years ago when someone had claimed to have written on a record that she had with Juicy J. But it seemed to be a misunderstanding with that. It was one of those situations where the artist was working with the songwriters was working with Juicy J team, and then they probably wrote a hook or like a cadence, and then Juicy came to Meg with it, and Meg was like, "Oh, that's hot," and so she didn't know the other person was the person that did it. This particular one, I think it's Kodak Black's producer. He is flat out saying that someone is handing her a yellow composition book or whatever the fuck they call with lyrics, and she's reciting them in the reference tracks and the whole nine. The crazy part about it is for this to be accused of a female rapper, it's not that big of a deal. Only because we're so used to it happening to some of the biggest female rappers ever, which are Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown. They both had ghostwriters, and people was cool with it. Nobody really gave a shit. You know what I'm saying? It was more about the image and what they were talking about, because it wasn't a lot of female rappers that were on what they was on. Now it's a little different. You got plenty of rappers out here that spitting. The ladies are have stepped their game up, and there's plenty of dope ass female rappers. And so now it may look a little strange. It's like, wait, hold on. Like Nicki has always claimed that she writes all her stuff. Of course, we know people like Rhapsody, you know what I'm saying? And Meg, we all look at Meg as somebody who's talented. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if that came out that she wasn't writing, that would be a little strange, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I say it'd be a little deal, but not that big. What you think?
I don't think it'd be a big deal at all, man. We're talking about Meg Thee Stallion. We're not talking about Rhapsody. We're not talking about No Name or another artist who base a lot on lyrics, even though Meg is cited sometimes for how good that she does rap, how well she performs it. Like nobody is saying that she's rappity rap or boring you down like someone like Rhapsody. For this guy, Kodak Black's manager, I don't even know his name, to come out and be like, oh, she does this and she does that, man, it looks petty. It looks weak. Like no one cares. Like you said, from the beginning of time, since lady rappers have been out, they've been like sometimes, oh, Jay-Z wrote for Foxy, Big wrote for Kim. It's more about the image when it comes to a lady rapper anyway. And Meg is killing it. Like there's nothing that anyone can say on that sense of she got a ghostwriter that's gonna knock her down, because it's more about the act. She's a pop act now. She's not lyrical miracle Meg Thee Stallion. It doesn't matter if she go in there and write it or not. All that matters is if she coming out with a hit, and she keep coming out with hits. This is petty from Kodak Black team. And again, it all stemmed from that Drive the Boat. And he was in a previous interview and said that he started it, and then she starts subtweeting him, and then this guy jumped in it. This is whack. You don't go back and forth with women about this. It's just it's weird from Kodak Black team.
It's very strange, and it's not the weirdest thing from Kodak Black on this episode that we'll discuss. More on that later, but it is very strange. He's acting very young. You know what I'm saying? Like he's occupying it. This is where the generation gap between us and somebody like a Kodak Black is different. We're not going to spend our time on the internet saying somebody else, you know what I'm saying, started this or I started that or X, Y, and Z, especially if it's a gal. Like we don't have time for that. Kodak Black is from a generation that does that. They pick up their phone, they hop on live, and they go through this whole spew about how they feel about them. We don't give a fuck about that shit. We not that ain't us. So I can't understand why he would go that route. It is super weird, low key lame. I don't get it. But back to the accusations, I don't think they're gonna stick. That's why I say it's little to no deal. And they got my girl Meg fucked up, and they got raised up.
I think this the clout generation to the
that's
point
that you fact.
Just made up. Like it's all of this shit is about clout. Like even we going in on Kodak because we wouldn't have taken that approach as far as, well, I started this and I started Drive the Boat. Like, my nigga, who cares? But also on the same token, playing fair, like, Meg, why do you care? Fuck him. Like, who cares if he said Drive the Boat? Nigga, I got a Duce deal off this. What did you get? You ain't get nothing. You still tweeting me that you started it, my nigga. I don't gotta respond. And it go both ways. It's about the clout. Oh, he coming at me or I'm going at her. Like, it's whack to us because we weren't raised in that generation, and comes off as strange. But I mean, I understand what they're shooting for, and that's the clout.
How old is Kodak Black, dude?
Huh?
How old is Kodak?
Like 25. He can't be older than 26.
Let me see. Hold on. Kodak Black is 24.
Yeah, about right.
So that's okay. Yeah, that sounds about right there.
And he all over the place. Like, it just one day he wake up and I want to say, oh, I started the boat. Like, it's cool.
That's
Who cares, my nigga? Like, yay.
The nigga was born in 97. Like, I remember 97. This shit crazy.
See, he act like he was born in 97.
That's a fact. And that's your man.
1,000,000% act like he was born in 97.
You call Kodak Black too. You was waving that Kodak Black flag for a stretch.
I was for a minute. He ain't fell off though. He still
what?
Nah, he ain't fell off it. Like you just said, he's 24 years old, bro. That's young.
He's not known for the music no more.
And he's talented. He what?
He's not known for the music no more. He's known for the antics now. He was known for the music at first. He had hits.
The great thing about being talented is that's until he puts out good music. Like I don't foresee him never putting out any more good songs. He's too talented for that. So right now, while he's in this 24, 23-year-old stage, you're right. He's more known for IG lives and shit. But Kodak Black gonna have some up his sleeve because he good. He's a good artist. What's the last project you listened to of his?
The one where he had he was like a baby Pac on the front. What was it? Biggie Pac? Some shit.
Mm-hmm. Did you like it?
Nah, not at all.
You wasn't fucking with it?
No, you know what? I listened to the first joint he dropped when he got out of jail. I did listen to that, and that was some slight. His voice is
like
different.
It was something like Pictures or some shit like that.
Yeah, that was his album. That I know what you're talking about.
You didn't listen to that?
I listened to the album, the picture joint. That shit was fire. I'm talking about when he got out of jail and his voice sound different, man. Sometimes jail do that to you.
It's true. He's only 24. He gonna pop. He gonna bounce back.
Absolutely not.
1,000,000%.
Moving on to your man Boosie Boo. Of course, you guys know he dropped his movie My Struggle on streaming sites right now. Go check that out. Now he had a premiere, and around the same time, BMF had a premiere. Of course, the long-awaited Star series by 50 Cent. Now Boosie called out a couple of people, well, not naming anybody specifically, but wondered why so many people, artists specifically, showed up to the BMF premiere that was also in Atlanta, but didn't show up for his independent movie, which was also in Atlanta the night before. Does he have a legitimate beef that people didn't show up to his, but showed up to BMF instead?
No, absolutely not. People have been waiting on this BMF series for a long time. The name BMF, just like in hip hop, is the lure is still there where people want to know what's going on. So that's going to bring people out. Lil Boosie did this independently, and going down that independent road, it wasn't a lot of marketing. Like I didn't see a lot. I follow Boosie. I fuck with him. I saw it, but it wasn't out there in the masses. Like, oh, movie coming soon. Nobody really knew a biop about Lil Boosie was coming out. So I don't, and this is a testament to his whole career. He's had this happen to him. He spoke about this on his first album when it dropped, how the industry really didn't fuck with him, and people would backdoor fuck with him, like, oh, on the phone, I fuck with you, but I don't do no songs with you, or whatever it may be. He's always experienced this. So I'm not sure why he wouldn't even expect this. Like, this is what it is for a rapper like Lil Boosie. I wouldn't expect any mainstream artist to come to it because he's gotten his grind from the other way his whole career. So, hey, whatever. Y'all go see BMF.
Listen, I understand his gripe. I'm sure he has a lot of rap friends. He said this before. He's got industry people that call him and say that they agree with what he's saying about Lil Nas X and some of the other controversial statements he makes. But he got to be real, bro. Like, a lot of the people that are on, they have brands to protect, and they have a whole lot of money at stake. He even said it himself. He said, if I had the money that the baby was getting, I would have apologized too, because at that point, you're protecting a bag. And it's more about, nigga, I got to secure this bag, because he understands what the power of money do, because he's been successful for a very long time. So some people have brands to protect, but then also, Boosie, let's be honest, bro. Like, this is Baller Blocking Part 2. Like, listen, like you said,
we don't do that. People have said that movie was good. You haven't watched it. You ain't seen 1 second of that movie.
I've seen the trailer.
Doesn't matter. You this is from a nigga who bought choices.
Absolutely.
Baller Blocking.
Absolutely.
I'm about it. And
absolutely.
You about to sit here and try to shit on this movie.
I didn't shit on it. I just said it was Baller Blocking 2. And you just said I bought Baller Blocking. So what, am I really shitting on it?
Yeah, because you shit on Baller Blocking. But you made a great point that I didn't even consider. All I'm considering is people just not wanting to come.
Yeah,
I ain't even know about it, my nigga. Like, it ain't like the shit was BMF again. Like, it's what you were going against. But you made a point that, like, I don't even want to be seen there if I'm some people. And I'm not saying me specifically. I'm just saying I never even considered, like, if I'm if I'm someone who cares a lot about my image, I can't go to that.
Yep.
I can't go to.
And he got to understand that too, though.
I think he knows this. So that's why I'm not sure, like, why he was even making this comment. Like, this has happened to him his whole career. If it wasn't for just like how he carried himself from an artist standpoint to now when he's outspoken about so many issues, like ain't nobody like, nah, bro, shoot him the DVD.
It's too hot. It's too hot outside. Nigga, I'll cop it. I'll stream it. You know what I'm saying? But like, bro.
Somebody posted a picture. They bought like 10 copies. I think it might have been Bun B. Bun B bought like 10 copies of it.
Okay, I respect that.
People were fucking with it. Like, come on, bro, don't do that, Boosie. Like, he know what it is, and like expecting something else is that's weird. Like, you know what it is, bro. Like Jay-Z not coming to your premiere, bro. Tip not coming. Like, nah, it's not gonna happen. Well, Tip should be in there, and I ain't gonna float Tips.
He might have. Did he go?
He might have been there. Like,
he might have been there. He might have been one of them that was there.
Like that. But yeah, I don't know who he was alluding to. Boosie is talking about not coming, but I feel like that anybody that would have came, and anybody that wouldn't, you know why they want that, nigga. They ain't never been there. Your whole career, they ain't never been there.
You use that as fuel, and he said first day sales were 970,000.
I like it. Bill Cosby endorsed it. Shit, that's big enough right there.
That's another reason I'm not touching it. Now you really shouldn't be surprised that niggas didn't pull up.
Exactly. If Bill Cosby coming out the woodwork and like, I like what you doing, you got to step back. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Bill Cosby, the nigga that's like, hey, I see you over there shining, bro. Keep doing.
You almost don't even want Bill Cosby. Hey, Bill, chill out.
Like, whoa, homie. Whoa, man. That ain't even the vibe I'm trying to get off, my nigga. Like, I don't even want you giving me credit, my nigga. Come on. All right, before we get to our favorite fall songs, man, hoodie music, hustling weather music, whatever you want to call them, before we get out, Travis Scott, he's rumored to be dropping 2 projects before the year is up. He got a mixtape coming called Dystopia, and he got the album coming, Utopia. Are you excited about the double down from Travis Scott?
You know what? Normally, I would sit here and say, bro, just take the best songs from Utopia and then the best songs from Dice. How you say that? Dystopia? Dystopia.
Dystopia.
Take the 6 best songs and give me 12 pieces of that heat. I would normally say that. But in this instance, it's been so long since he's really dropped a full body of work. And Travis Scott has multiple styles and like vibes that he can make 2 projects that sound completely different. They still be hot though. So if he give us the mixtape and he's like rapping like how he used to rap, I know that'll bring back a lot of memories of people who've been on Travis Scott for a while. And then you give me the album that's on that Astro World type vibe. Oh, I'm here for that. Then drop the 2-piece off, man. Take it back to when people would drop mixtapes and then an album, and that should be fire. If they both slapping, then cool. I'm with that. It's like a little throwback play right there. I'm here for it. You need to do that.
I'm here with you. I'm here for that, man. I like it when the big dogs feed the streets. Travis Scott is undoubtedly a big dog, and I want to hear it. It may be not for me as far as what I go to, what I listen to on a regular rotation basis, but I do respect the talent that he has, and Travis Scott is a talented dude. So if you're telling me, hey, man, before my album, I'm going to give you some more, man, come on with it. And I'm here for all that he's doing as far as it's been a lot of outside stuff with the music, other than music, like a lot of endorsements, a lot of the merch, a lot of stuff. Now it's time, and I feel like doubling down and feeding that with more music and giving people more opportunities to get on for what he do. Let's do it.
Now listen, he is on the clock, because and the longer he waits, the more people are going to be anticipating the project,
and the better it got to be.
Man, listen, it better be he, because he dropped a single, man, like a year ago where he was at Jordan House, and it was okay. It had Young Thug, and I forgot the chick on there. My mind is slipping, but that song was just some little cool, and like it's like that's why the album ain't came out. Bro. Like,
what's the song with Drake that was on Astro where that lead singer?
Oh, Sicko Mode.
He can't do that again.
Ooh,
because that's what people looking for.
That's rough.
Like that's the bar, nigga.
That's rough.
So you got to come out with a Sicko Mode, so I can understand why he been keeping it in the tuck. Because if you ain't got one of them, that's what the people expect. And that's a monster.
That's gonna be hard to recreate that, man. I don't know if lightning gonna strike twice. His artist did drop over the weekend though. Don Toliver, I fuck with him. Major Vibes. Check that out if you haven't already. Albums be dropping so low key, man. I forgot where I was at and somebody was listening to it. And I was like, yo, you fuck with that? He was like, yeah, I didn't even know it came out. And I was like, yeah, like it wasn't really no promo. He was like, nigga, my promo is I go to the new releases on Apple Music and whatever's right there, it be hellish shit. I'd be like, oh damn, I ain't know Currency came out. I ain't know Don Toliver came out. I was like, yeah, that's the new promo, bro.
And the unfortunate thing about that, like I got Spotify. They don't even put it up there.
Wow.
Like you go to the hip hop shit, like they just put suggestions and all my since I listen to like old music, our music, like we grew up. I don't really listen to a lot of new shit. So even in my suggestions, just listen to trap music or listen to Trick Daddy Thug Holiday, just because it's similar to what I've been listening to. Listen to the Hot Boys, Get It How You Live. And I don't even, that new shit don't even ever pop up on mine. I gotta like literally search for it.
That's some slaw.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna switch from Spotify.
Where you gonna go? Apple Music?
They suggestion game is trash.
Damn.
They need some new blood up in the offices over there, nigga. Like they don't give you no new heat, nothing. Nothing. You know how you'll have it on browse and you'll see something, you'll be like, oh man, what is this?
Yeah.
I ain't got that from Spotify in over 6 months.
Damn. I'm gonna switch it up, man. Come to the dark side, nigga. Apple.
I'm gonna switch back to Apple Music, man. I think I'm gonna do that after this show, actually. Or they got a good 3 month for $4 deal or something out there. It's October.
Nigga, that's how stars got me, nigga. I wasn't even finna get stars, dude.
Why not watch the BMF? 3 months for $3. I ain't gonna lie to that last episode. Before we get into that, is just to veer off for a second. Last episode, I'm on episode 2. It almost got me out of it. It was so bad. It was so bad. I was confused as to what was going on.
It wasn't that bad though.
It was that bad. It was that bad. Like it was a whole lot of. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I just missed
it. I know what you mean though. I understand what you're saying. There was a little double cross. That was like, okay, where did that come from?
Where did that come from? You knew exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I do. So that's fair. But the third episode was solid though.
I ain't seen it through, and I guess I'll watch that tonight. But yeah, I pay attention to shit. Like that shit matters to me. So it was hard for me to forget that. I was hot about it, actually.
That's a fact, dude. All right, man.
About that, I was like, what? What are you doing?
That was a little random. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, in the middle of the conversation, too. Like, what, bro? What are y'all talking about?
That was random.
All right, man.
It's hoodie season. It's sweater weather. And we did this before. We talked about our favorite summer records. We thought it'd be dope to talk about our favorite fall hip-hop records. When you think fall, man, what songs come to mind? What's the sound? What's the vibe? What would you consider to be a fall or a hoodie record?
I think that's slowed down, very like sample laden sound where you can almost kind of hear the record scratching in the back. Mm-hmm. Like similar to some old Kanye or something like that. That just the message in the song, like the lyrics, the beat, all of that shit just matching. Nigga throwing a hoodie, going outside, getting what you need to get done, going to work, whatever it means, but cold outside, having to throw some layers on. That type of music is what it sounds like to me. What about you?
Yeah, it's funny you say Kanye because I do have a Kanye song on mine.
Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I got to. I'm never doing a list on this show without at least having a Kanye and or a Drake song. So go ahead and be prepared for that.
Spoiler alert for the people that haven't been listening, for the new listeners.
Absolutely, yeah, that's automatic. Them 2 slots are filled.
Hustling music too was another adjective I forgot. Like this music where you put this on when you going out to get it done. Like you're running your errands for the day and it's cold. You know you're finna have to just deal with some shit. These songs help you deal with the shit.
Agreed. I'm kick it off. Give me your first fall record, man. When you come to mind, are your top 5?
If you've been listening to this show, then this was completely out of left field for you. In my strong Southern stance, you probably thought that I've never even heard this song, listeners. So I'm going to drop this one first as a big surprise. And maybe you'll play a clip of it when I say it and people are like, woo. But that's the G-Dep Every Day. Perfect hoodie music. One of the lines from the song I had, what do you say? I had a cigarette for breakfast. That nigga said he had thoughts for lunch and something like the end of the cigarette for dinner. It was just like grimy, just like New York brick music. So if you guys know that song, that G-Dep Everyday song, to me, that exemplifies hoodie music. That's how I would start it off.
Was that a single or that was just a record on his album?
That was just the first. I think that was just the first record on the album. I know J-Ho put me on that because there's no way that I would have listened to this. He had that dope ass single though. Like Puff was pushing him for a minute, G-Dep, but this was just the first song on the album.
Shout out to G-Dep. Remember, I think G-Dep locked up too.
Yeah, remember he confess
himself
to a murder?
in,
like randomly just confessed to a murder.
Yeah, yep.
It's nuts.
Damn. I guess I'll keep it up top too. I did have one from New York because I got mine broken down, right? And I'm gonna take it to the top of the morning in the fall because this song reminds me of standing outside in my Sopranos robe. You know what I'm saying? Checking the paper.
That's a disgusting sight.
Absolutely not. Got my taco meat showing. You know what I'm saying? I got my on deck TV mug on my front porch. This is Kanye West Good Morning. I really think this gives me fall vibes. If you listen to that beat, you mentioned it earlier, like there's some of these will have samples in them and that good morning, ooh, like that vibe and that slow, that tempo, to me, that's a nice fall tempo. It's not too fast. The BPMs is not crazy, but I'm going with Kanye West Good Morning. That's how I'm starting off my fall day, robe and all, slippers and all.
Glad you got the shocker out of the way. I wonder what we can expect next. But no, I love that song though. That's off that Graduation. And it do, for me, it's funny that you say that. I felt like that was a perfect like welcome to school song. First day of college, fall, maybe starting a new job or some shit like that, but just brand new. And like you said, first day of college, first day of whatever school that you heard when you got that Kanye West, which is probably why that stays so strong now, the memories that drums up. All right. Next, it's on me. Man, I got a list of like 50. These are my favorite kind of songs, by the way. This is the type of music that I listen to. One time, my nigga, shout out my guy, Sam G. He was like, man, are you sad all the time? Why do you listen to me? Why you don't listen to the
funny as
shit?
Fuck.
It is fun. I just prefer this type of music. I love it. So if we're going to the next one, man, I got to go with Rest in Peace to DMX. I got to go with Here We Go Again. Off and then there was X. And this is a dope ass story. Sit and listen to the song. It's about hustling and just giving a guy another chance. Most people that have been through stuff probably have been through this situation. So it just registers and it just reminds you of just like being outside. So that's why I picked this song, the DMX, Here We Go Again.
You know, it's funny. I have an X song too. And I have an X song from that same album. This is my hoodie vibe, though. This is at night. This is like you said, this is when the sun go down in the fall. I don't know what you may or may not be on, but DMX What's My Name is like gives me fall in New York all day long. And what's my name? Dun, 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 dun. That shit is one of my favorite singles because it's not really a single because of how hard DMX is going. But it is. It was on the radio and shit. But like it's just super grimy. I think I'm picturing X and the Timbs and the fuck walking the big crazy ass dogs and shit, dude. Like that puts me in that mode. That's a hoodie season record, in my opinion. So that's what I think when I hear it. And X, you could argue, is a hoodie season artist with a couple of different joints, but I decided to go with that one.
Facts. That's where X thrive at in the hoodie season, man. We got to take it to the South, man. It's too much love being sold for the East Coast, man. You know, the slogan of the South got something to say. So to take it down South, man. Buck has had a lot of up and downs here lately, but you can't deny that Straight Outta Cashville album. Did a lot for the city, and that Bonafide Hustler, that first 50 verse, like that's it. When you talking about hustling music, that's the first song on the playlist right there that kicks it off. I'm a Bonafide hustler. That's outside looking, seeing what's going on. Music right there. Fact. And 50 got a classic verse on the beginning. Whoa. Of that. So give me that Young Buck Bonafide hustler. 50 was ripping that.
He has
and that's very rare to say. A classic 50 verse.
How many
classic 50 verse?
Over under 3.5. Does 50 have classic verses?
In the club. Nah. I get money. Get money ain't a classic verse. If those two ain't, he ain't got money.
Yeah, you're right. I took quarter water for $5. Yeah, that verse was hard. That verse was hard.
Under. It's definitely It's definitely because you was fighting those two, and those probably as big as 2 verses. So if he can't get in the club and he can't get money singles, and it's definitely under. How many what you got over under for?
That's close. I got personal favorites, but I'm talking about ones that everybody know. And that 3.5, ooh, that's cool.
The verse about Ja class, the late in that Get Rich or Die Trying CD.
You talking about what
he was going in. No, not
the other one. I know you're talking about.
He was going in.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
I can't think of that damn song. Whatever.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't know. I'll go over, but slightly.
But yeah, that would be my. And I had to get it to the South. Like I said, I got a list of 20 of these because I love these songs. But I had to show Buck some love and do that Bonafide Hustler. What do you got for next hoodie music?
I'm gonna go to the South too, even though this is East Coast / South. But this is from a youngster. Album came out 2 years ago. Corday has YBN Corday at the time has a record called Thanksgiving, which is obviously the holiday that a lot of people think of when you think of fall. You know what I'm saying? Some go Halloween. That's fine. I get that. Others go Thanksgiving. I think it was very fitting. He was on there talking about his family. It's definitely giving me cleaning the house vibes, indoors, staying indoors because it's too chilly outside, getting ready for company to come over for Thanksgiving. So it gives me that vibe, put me in that mode. I thought it was hella appropriate. I'm going to play it on Thanksgiving, nigga, just cause. Shout out to M Extra. He needs to make a playlist of fall / Thanksgiving songs. This would have to be on there, or he needs to cut off his music subscription services. So I go YBN Corday, actually Corday now with Thanksgiving.
I like that song, man. I'm excited about his new project too. He's been slowly doing a little rollout. I've been peeping and moving around, so I fucks with that.
Facts.
Yeah, that would definitely have to be on a fall playlist. I want to play that on Thanksgiving now that you said that.
Got to.
Man, I got to go to my guys with No Limit. Unfortunately, you're not going to find this on a streaming service. You got to look this up on YouTube. It's my guy, Fiend, Heart of a Ghetto Boy. That second Fiend album. Like what we were talking about with the record scratching and the come in, it sounded like a damn jazz song almost. On his introduction, he said this was so fresh that I'm still reading it off the paper. Like that's what you're talking about, that type of emotion when you talk about hoodie music. So go to your YouTubes. Look up Fiend, Heart of a Ghetto Boy. That's hoodie music.
Yeah, that's the shit. One of these days, that's going to hit streaming sites.
Oh, man, please.
Luckily for me, I have my old ass iPod in my car, and it's on there. So I have that album. I can revisit it. Fire album, too.
Street Life?
Yeah.
Love that album.
Yeah, it's a fire album. That's when people thought No Limit had fell off, but Quiet as Kept, they brought some heat because they had that and that World War III came out around the same time, too.
Yeah. Both of those were fire.
They kept the lights on for about 6 more months.
Yeah, they got one more check. One more check they got it.
Now you mentioned hustler music with Buck, and I immediately thought of Lil Wayne hustler music off at Carter 2.
I was hoping you named that because I got 2 minutes on my list and I didn't want to forget it.
Man, listen, if that ain't Get Up and Get Out, that's the year's coming to a close. You want to end on a strong note. You want to get that hustler music playing on your way off to file papers for that LLC, nigga, on the way to the gym, nigga, to lose them 15, whatever the fuck you trying to do. You want some motivating music in the fall to fit the vibe of whatever you're trying to get done. And that Lil Wayne hustler music with the classic video with the Bape hoodie on and shit, the Bape camo, like all of that shit is complete flames. And it says fall all day long. Wayne hustler music off the classic Carter 2 album, his best album.
Facts. Like these, you brought up a good point. These songs give you a little push, a little because scientific facts show as the seasons change, you just don't have the same that you had in the summertime, man. And so it take a little bit more.
Yep.
And that's why I like these songs as well. We couldn't make a list of these type of songs without Benny Siegel. There's so many to choose from. But I chose What Your Life Like. Like that, I just feel like that raw, that was the state property clothes, the Benny Siegel persona is perfect for hoodie music. And that What Your Life Like personifies it all. Like everything that he talking about on there is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about hoodie music, what he going through, that story that he telling. So that's it. right there.
Yeah, that's what you listen to that at the end of the year. You reflect on the end of the year.
What's your life like, nigga?
Where you done came from, how good you actually got it. You can show some empathy for yourself, nigga, some gratitude.
Facts.
That shit, yeah, that somebody, you know what's funny? Somebody asked me when we talked about a good matchup for T.I. for his verses. Somebody said Beanie Siegel.
He ain't got enough hits.
I thought that too.
He better go in there and try to Jada Kiss it. It would be entertaining.
That's what I'm saying. He could do that though.
He could, but see, the thing is, and I think not only is it the music why I think T.I. couldn't be beat, but T.I. is gonna get up for it.
That's true.
I'm not pulling a camera on with Jim Jones. I'm gonna come and do this Jada Kiss shit. So I think that he would know that the advantage is gonna lie with Benny Siegel on that street shit. So I'm gonna watch this nigga out.
Cause he got that too though.
Who do?
T.I. got some of that shit too.
I can go street with him, but I don't think that he'd be dumb enough to do that. I'm finna hit this nigga with smashes.
Cause listen,
like, hey, I'm finna smash this nigga out the paws, out of the building.
Jesus, if Beanie plays What's Your Life Like, or plays I Can Feel It in the Air, and he got that like Beanie passion, nigga cut the beat off, nigga, like. Hey, that's a T.I. would have a problem on his hands, dude, because Beanie got a couple of those.
It'll be a tough night for T.I., but ultimately he's definitely walking away. They're one of the few niggas with a good strategy that could hold the same stage with T.I. But I still stand by what I said. Ain't no nigga from the East Coast that can beat him but Hov.
You gotta think, though, what we do is wrong. Like beat. Shout out to my guy. I can't remember who
might
sent it to
get
me.
The 5. He might be the only nigga other than Hov from the East Coast that can get the 5 against Tip.
Ooh,
that's it.
Shout out to my partner who sent that. Was an excellent suggestion.
Facts. Who your next one?
My last one, I'm going back up top. I'm going back Hoodie one more time because it is Hoodie season, my favorite season of the year. And I'm going with a solo artist from a group that I normally don't fuck with, but I guarantee you people listening have been screaming at us about why we haven't mentioned a Mobb Deep song. And Prodigy, Keep It Thorough, is the hoodiest of hoodie songs, dude. And I do not fuck with Mobb Deep. I really didn't fuck with Prodigy too much either. However, this song was fucking flames, nigga. And I'm here for that. Keep It Thorough, my favorite Mobb Deep song. Well, I mean, not Mobb Deep, but Prodigy song of all time. But you know what's funny? And I say this now in retrospect. If you go back and listen to some of the Prodigy and like Alchemist stuff, he's doing what Griselda and what Boldy James does on those records. He was doing that then first with Alchemist, making that same style music with them same beats and shit. So if you listen to his solo run, I think you would gravitate more toward that than necessarily the Mobb Deep run, because I don't think Havoc can rap personally. But I say that, but they're very similar sounds though. Because so I know Alchemist
sound like Boldy James.
Yeah, that style. Whenever Conway does, Conway's a better rapper. Don't get it twisted. But when they do those collab projects, those little 6 to 7 piece joints with Alchemist, Prodigy was doing that first. Then Prodigy passed away, and I know Alchemist thanks his stars that he bumped into fucking Griselda and Boldy now, because they picking up that torch that Prodigy did start. I ain't gonna say he started it, but he did it before them.
And Gibbs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So listen to them. Check out them HNICs and stuff like that. Like, dude, got some shit with him, bro. Like, for real.
I don't believe that. I do not.
He do. It's that same. If you like that production, then you'll like that music, right though. I'm just saying.
That's a tough sell right there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Do you got? I know.
Tough sell. You know what? I'm almost sold on Wu-Tang though. Going back to watch that show. You watching the Hulu show? I keep hearing everybody say that shit is good.
Yeah, I started
almost sold on watching.
I started season 1 when it first came out, and I don't remember why I stopped. But it wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad at all.
They said season 2 cooking.
That's what I heard. I heard
they showing step by step by how they got on and the strategies they took back in the day. That's dope to me. That's what I'm looking for. So I might start that.
I heard RZA talking about season. I was gonna say I heard RZA talking about season 2 on Breakfast Club. He sold me to pick that shit back up.
Yeah, he put the gas on there. So no on Mobb Deep, yes on Wu-Tang series.
You'll fuck around watch a Mobb Deep series. That might be interesting.
No. I think Mobb Deep is, to me personally, being from the South, I just think Mobb Deep is one of the most overrated rap acts in the history of rap. I think the only reason that they're popular is because they from Queens.
No, they had hits too, though. They had hits.
Because they were from Queens. They had the hits because they were from Queens.
Nah, they got some bangers, but I'm not listening to their B-side shit though. I'm good on that.
Listening to any of it.
Look, I had an honorable mention.
I did too. I'm glad you said that.
Because this isn't technically a rap song, but it's by a rapper. And I'm going with, and of course, I'm not leaving Drake off any list. Like, let's be serious. Going to, if you're reading this, it's too late with Jungle, like the slow joint. That shit, that's got fall written all over it, doing the little sample in it. That's
a nice coat, rather. Right there.
That's that shit.
That's a nice coat. Absolutely.
I can't play it because they're going to take it. Spotify be hating, so I can't play the songs. So you're going to have to hear me sing it. But that shit is fire, and it's perfect for hoodie season, late night, indoors hoodie season, dude. Remember that. Go revisit that. If you're reading this, it's too late. Jungle joint. Flames.
Did you know her remade that?
I did not. I know she killed that then.
Yeah, she murdered it. Her remade it. I like that. My honorable mention goes to the hometown love friend of the show, Starlito Cold Turkey. The intro. Perfect hoodie music. That whole tape is a good hoodie music tape. So check out that Starlito Cold Turkey, but it's specifically for doing the songs, the intro. That's hard. One
of my favorite Lito albums, if not number one, is definitely.
I think that's my favorite Starlito project, Cold Turkey.
Yeah. You just copied off me right there. That's fine. I'll let you
have it. Heard me say that before, and you mentioned it online now. So it appears that I've stolen it, but really, you heard me say that. That's what happened.
Guys, let us know your top 5 fall records. What's put you in the sweater weather mood? Hoodie music, indoors, outdoors, morning, night. Leave us a list, man, at On Deck TV Show on Instagram, or go to Facebook and comment in the group called Rap Chat. We appreciate that. We have some wins and some losses. Yes, let's start off with the W, man. W goes to Pastor Troy down here in Atlanta, South Fulton to be exact. He organized a gun buyback event to clean up the streets, man, get some of these guns off the streets, stop some of the violence with people in our community, man. So I definitely commend Pastor Troy for that. That was dope.
That's dope. I like that he's stepping up. There's been a lot of, according to the news, a lot of violence in Atlanta here lately. So I like that he's still using his profile, not just to put out 30 or 40 albums, but to still do stuff for his community in Atlanta. You can show that he really fuck with everybody, mostly from Atlanta, fuck with Atlanta. So I like this.
That's a fact. We have an L to your man, Jimmy Henchman. Apparently he got a pardon. He was offered a pardon in 2020 from Trump, but was never actually released from jail. He is still currently there now. Big L for that pump fake, dude.
Hey, that's the biggest
thought he was probably getting out.
Hey, that's the biggest L in the history of the show. Telling people getting out and the president telling you can get out and not getting out, you still sitting in jail today is fucking nuts. They said in the paperwork process or in the last 3 weeks is when these pardons happen. Yep. And there was so much shit going on with the Trump administration that somewhere lost in the shuffle was his paperwork. Therefore, it held up everything. Now, the lawyer is saying he's being held in jail with charges that don't exist no more because he's been officially pardoned, but the last part of the paperwork can't be found or some shit. That's nuts.
And no way in hell. Man, I'd be so fucking hot, bro.
I mean, you out, but you just got to sit in here like, no, my nigga, get me out of here.
Man, that's trash. We have one more L to the aforementioned Kodak Black. Video went viral over the weekend when he was at a birthday celebration with his mother, and he was dancing with her, grabbing her ass and attempting to kiss her in the mouth. Hella cringy. I don't know what's going on. That's your man. You think he got more hits in him? I say no. He's relegated to clips like this. This shit was weird as fuck.
You're really diminishing the artist that Kodak Black was. I didn't even watch this. I saw the headline and kept scrolling. There's nothing that I want to see about this. I have no idea. I ain't even gonna try to excuse it. I almost gave an excuse for it, but hey, I don't know. I got nothing on this.
This nigga full-fledged, full hand, full hand cuffed his mom's ass.
Maybe it wasn't his mom. Maybe people misunderstood who it was.
But it's the weirdest shit I've seen in a minute, bro.
Not watching that.
And he had a vice grip on his mom's head.
Nope. You love Game of Thrones, I promise you. If this is your cup of tea, Game of Thrones, you're gonna get off on. I'm telling you.
Oh, this is not my cup of tea at all. This is weird as fuck.
No, you clicked on it. I kept it moving on this. I saw the description. I'm like, oh, first of all, I don't believe it. And if it did happen, it's between Kodak Black and his mom.
It happened.
Ain't got nothing to do with it.
The mama slick thick though. Moving on, man. On Decker of the week. Shout out to my guy Derb. He pulled up with me to the Benny show. He also had to get tested too. Had to drop that dub. They hit both of us over the head.
They didn't let y'all know that beforehand.
I mean, it might have been
on the tickets or something.
Yeah, it might have been in my pants and that shit.
That's funny.
Just swipe the black card and keep it moving, dude. But this, I want to give a quick review of the Benny show because this was the first date in his tour.
Okay.
And you could tell that it was the first date in his tour. Number one, he came out 2.5 hours late. And not necessarily late, but I'm saying he had opening acts. Nigga had way too many opening acts.
You're going too fast. Stop. The show ticket said what time?
8.
And he came out at
10:45.
I'm livid. I'm too old for that. Nah, buddy. 9:30, my nigga. You need to be out. Show shit say 8:30. Fuck these. Like 10:45?
Facts.
Damn, you not Drake? Oh, I'm so glad I didn't go. Ooh.
That's number one. Then number two, he has a camp called Black Mafia Family.
Black Soprano.
Black Soprano Family, excuse me, BSF. Dude, they had just as much, if not more, stage time as Benny. And I understand it's commendable. You want to put your folks on, dude. You want to incorporate them in the sets, let them get some tick, let them get some reps. I'm here for all of that. I respect it. It's admirable. But nigga, I came here to see Benny the fucking Butcher, dude. Not no-name niggas from a clique that nobody cares about yet. Trash. I didn't come to see that.
This was for like Griselda fans. This is for niggas that like got his homeboys mixtapes and they listening to that and all that. No. They getting hyped when those niggas that you ain't never heard of start rapping. This is for them.
Do that in Buffalo, then. Do that for the niggas who know who they are on their block in Buffalo. Don't do that in Atlanta on your first tour stop. Last thing, he brought out a guest, which I figured he would do at some point. He didn't bring out who I thought he would bring out. And the way he brought him out was complete trash, dude. He goes, "Hey, I'm in Atlanta, right? Yeah. Hey, I only fuck with real trappers." And then out of nowhere, Shorty Lowe's dun, 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 dun. That comes on. So it's like, damn, nigga, is the ghost of Shorty Lowe finna come out? Like, what the fuck? Nigga, then Jeezy like trips and stumbles on stage for his verse. And it was like, what?
The remix?
Yeah, tough. Which he ripped. Like, don't get that Jeezy verse was tough. But it was random as fuck. He did that song and then left. I was like, what? What is this, dude?
Backstage. He probably just pulled up on. They got.
Now you gotta be prepared, bro. There was some points in the show where Benny forgot his lyrics and everything, bro.
So you were underwhelmed with his lack of preparation.
Bingo. And him trying to force feed his camp onto me. I don't appreciate that.
See, I feel like that's why I don't like going to concerts a lot, because I feel like at this stage in Benny's career should be easy, and that's of course for me to say. I'm not a rapper,
for sure.
But if I go to a Benny show, I'm like you, bro. This need to be like, this is Tabernacle, right? How many people would you say in there?
A couple hundred,
bro. This need to be you on a stool, like it's a fucking unplugged show. I don't need none, like the rest of them niggas can be front row or you can bring them out, but bro, like you rap, my nigga. You not now one of these mumble rap niggas. So like, I feel like that should be on display at this show. If I was his tour manager, like helping them get together, like, bro, this need to be you, the lyrics, and a stool, a microphone, and you let these niggas know what you do.
That's it.
Like, I don't need 100 niggas. I don't need to know about none of these niggas. Maybe at the end, maybe them niggas should have came out in them 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Agreed.
That you made me wait. But when you come up here, plugs I met, like all of that, like I want that. I don't want nothing else, my nigga. I don't want no features, like straight through. And like you said, if it's not a prepared Jeezy performance, like you didn't talk to the nigga the day before, he didn't hit you up, fuck it. You just go straight through then. Just go straight through. Like, I feel like that he's enough of a veteran in the game to know that though. So my question would be, are we old and washed or expecting the wrong things? Is this the trend now where he's just doing it wrong?
I think it's his first real tour though, bro.
Oh, it is? I thought this was like their third. Well, maybe they did get kind of hot.
That's what I'm saying.
COVID hit. Yeah.
Like he's doing, just put it this way, he's doing shit from his album, bro. Like that came out a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing shit from that. So you could tell they weren't as prepared as they maybe will be on their 9th or 10th show.
But don't do Atlanta first then. Can't do that.
I don't know what the numbers look like for his shit though, bro. I don't know what the market look like for him down here. It might be a nice place to test some of that shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm testing, I want to be good.
Yeah.
If I don't got the crowd that I want in Atlanta yet, I want this to be one of the best shows because these fair weather niggas like me that may have win, like, or another fair weather nigga that ain't really on you, you need to kill it. You don't need 100 niggas from Buffalo on there.
Yeah,
or
I agree.
If you got the numbers that say this is one of your hotbeds, then get the people what they want.
Yeah.
Like I don't like there's no scenario where you should be doing what you said that he did. Like there's no scenario for me where I'm letting that happen if I'm his manager or fucking with him heavy.
Real quick though, I will say it was interesting when he did first. He came out to the right record though. I give it to. He came out to that 3 p.m. in Houston or that 3 o'clock and whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
That shit or 3:30 in Houston. That's what it is. That shit is hard. And he came out to it. I was like, robbed. Yeah, tough.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I said that's hard. Okay, my hopes were high when he did that, and then it was downhill from there. Like it wasn't terrible. Don't get it twisted. I still had a good time, but there's a lot of room for improvement. But it was cool, and it was maybe 1 or 2 opening acts that was actually decent. But other than that, man, like bro, like I ain't here for that shit, man. And my dumb ass be on time to everything, thinking everybody else moves like that, and I be forgetting that ain't how shit work. So I would have pulled up late, dude. I could have we could have ate good down the street, found something nice downtown to eat, dude, and took our time to get to our seats, dude. I don't know what I was thinking.
They need an app that lets you know when the performer goes on stage. That'll be hard. A concert app that lets you know, hey, the show is about to start, my nigga. You need to start heading this way.
10-minute warning, dude.
Yeah, that'll be fire.
What you got for me to put on though?
First thing to put on, man, the podcast episode, Whack 100, Wallow, and Gilly. It was interesting. If you've seen the clips, you've seen that they got fairly heated, but they would still be like, I don't know if they had a relationship. That wasn't for real.
Yeah, no. They were putting
on. I listened to the episode. But it was real enough to where they weren't letting Whack off the hook. I feel like these were the right niggas to interview Whack for the shit that he be pulling. And though they weren't like pressing him on some, you need to answer this, they were bringing up good points that he couldn't answer. And I'm glad the real niggas brought it to his face. So very interesting interview with Whack and the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. That's 100% worth checking out. And secondly, put on the best show on TV is back. If you're not on Succession, Sunday it starts. Binge the 2 seasons if you got to. It's only 20 episodes. This is the best show on TV, I promise you. And it starts Sunday. I can't wait.
I'm ready. Succession is the shit.
Can't wait.
I'm super ready for it. So I ain't got nothing to oppose that. That shit is flames. I do have a quick put on Netflix. It's a docu series on there. I believe it's 6 episodes. It's called Bad Sport. Each episode is highlighting someone who cheated their sport in some way, shape, form, or fashion. The first episode was a college basketball player from 92, 93 who was point shaving, and it break down that whole story. It shit was super dope because I wasn't familiar with the story. I don't follow college basketball like that, especially not in 93. I don't follow it now. I damn sure wasn't following in 93.
That was the best time to follow it, nigga.
I followed it. I did follow it mid-90s though when Grant Hill played for Duke and stuff. Like I followed it then. Yeah. But this nigga was playing for like Arizona State, bro. I wasn't following Arizona State. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not. I saw that when you put it in the group chat. The episodes that they chose was some mid. That's the only thing that kept me from hitting play on it. Like I just didn't like the 6 topics that they chose. I was just like, dude, what?
That's why I only played this one.
That's why, yeah, because the basketball was the only one that really just stuck out to me. But I'm gonna check that out. It did look interesting. I'm into that type of shit. But no, I wasn't good with the story at all. And I was super into college basketball. Maybe it'll ring some bells once I started though.
Nigga named Headache Smith.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, who the fuck is this?
I can't remember that.
But it's a good ass story. It's well put together. It's only like an hour. It's an easy watch, dude. That episode was fire. I can't vouch for the rest of the season though. I'm just talking about that episode.
Check that out.
Absolutely. Hit that like button next time I put heat like that in the chat too. Hey guys, we are out. Do me a favor. Hit that like button for your people when they put like fire request. Shit in the chat. Number 1.
I got niggas on the chat like request. Thanks.
Number 2.
Shout out to DP, man.
Number 2.
Like for me, DP.
Go to Patreon, man. Hit that subscription button. We got some big stuff coming from Patreon next month in November. More details on that coming very soon. But hit the link in the description of this episode to subscribe. We got album reviews up right now. We got album reviews coming soon. We got movie reviews coming soon. We got movie reviews up. Sports shit, fashion shit, the whole 9. We have a brand new relaunching of it coming soon, man. So it's a lot to get excited about. So we appreciate those who support and those who are getting ready to support. Anything else before we get out of here?
Brand new mashup is on the way. Shout out to my guy Coach Locke, J Hove, and them extra. We did a mashup this past weekend. It'll be to your viewing pleasure somewhere on the Real Bill stuff, YouTube, in the podcast feed. So man, that was fun to do. We appreciate you guys joining us 4th quarters and quarters we get down. So we look forward to being content creators around this time. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. We out.